Hey everybody, this is Mr. Nation. Welcome to week 4. We are going to be doing a new assignment here where we're going to be using some pixel art and Excel, trying to get us used to some of the areas around Excel. It's going to get an understanding of how the interface works with the rows and the columns and just some of the things we can do, just a little bit fun. So if you go to your classroom and select assignments, you will find an assignment called Week 4 Excel Pixel Art. You're going to go ahead and click into that week 4 Excel pixel art assignment. And we'll have our learning goal there. Basically, it says that you'll be able to identify the parts of an Excel interface as well as modify rows and columns. So that'll be some of the things we're doing. First step you're going to do, and I'm not going to walk you through this, I'm going to let you stop this video and watch this, is you want to watch a pixel art on Excel video to introduce this activity. Okay, so this here is a video that shows you kind of how pixel art is done in Excel, an overview of it, of the information that we're going to be doing this week. So watch this so you have an understanding of what we'll be doing and as an introduction to this assignment. So that's just a very short little video. It'll show you what we're doing. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to watch my video, this video here, which will be embedded in here when we get done on exactly what we're doing. So your assignment expectations are that you'll be able to create the Mario pixel art as demonstrated in the video, and then you'll be able to create your own pixel art as well. So that being said, first thing we're going to do is we're going to use the workbook, create a workbook and Office 365 to Excel in Office 365. So in order to access that, on the left-hand side of your screen, you will find here the O365 homepage. You want to go ahead and click on that. And when you click on that, it'll take you here and it'll open up Office 365 in a new tab, which is what you'll want to do. Now, this will take you to the information where we had teams we were using last quarter before we went out on our crazy little breakdown here. So we're going to use Excel. So you're just going to go ahead and click on the Excel file. And in Excel, we are going to open up a blank document. You have the option when you go into Excel to open a new document, or there are templates that you can use. Most of what we're going to be doing is using a new document for the most part in this. We're not going to really use any of these templates. So just click on the new blank workbook. Now, this will open up a workbook. Workbook is an Excel file that's saved. And inside a workbook, you will have various worksheets. So as you're down here at the bottom, you say this says sheet 1. We are currently in sheet 1 of workbook 2. So the first thing I want you to do is we're going to rename this because I want this to be named the same. So if you just go up and click in the file name up there in Office 365 Excel, and you can type in just Excel. I want to make this name for everybody to use, Excel Pixel Art. Okay? Excel Pixel Art, you hit enter and it'll automatically save that because we're in Office 365. We're in the online version. It's the easiest thing for most of you to get you guys to use directly from the system. You'll notice that Excel is set up in, I'm trying to see if I can turn the brightness down on this so you can see this a little bit better. So Excel is set up in rows and columns. So you've got your columns across the top here, A through all these things, columns, and then you have rows across the bottom here. And every cell, if you look here, you see the different cells, every cell has a coordinating name. And that name of coordinating is this one cell that we're currently in is called D4. D4 is the intersection of column D and row 4. So that's how you look for that. It's the intersection of the column and the row within that. Now you'll notice there's a couple little pointers on here. So what here is we got the first pointer on here on your mouse. Your mouse is just a big big white arrow. That's our pointer. The pointer is what you use to access files and click in the cells and move around. It's a standard pointer cursor. It's for selecting. So you can select a cell and then you can put whatever you want. So this cell here, as you see, is in C4, as you see, because it's saying column C, row 4. So that's how it's coordinated. Also over here at the top left-hand side, you'll see where it shows you that information as well, the name of it. So you can take, and when you get the black cross, or what I call the skinny black cross, that is how you can fill. So we've got C4 written in there. If you get that skinny black cross on that corner, you click and then you drag it, and it'll copy everything in numeric order. So it put the cell names in there, C4, C5, C6, C7. It took these, it created number order with these, and you don't really always want that. So I'm going to go ahead, we're going to go through here, and I'm just going to hit delete. It'll clear those cells. So you can select a set of cells by just clicking and dragging with your white cursor, and that gives you a selection of cells. And that would start with, this would be a selection of cells, which would be C3 through I10. So that's how it would be referred to if you're putting a selection clicked in there. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to change our row sizes, height, and that. So if you click over here in this corner, you'll see in this little wedge corner here, you're clicking that, it selects the entire spreadsheet, all the rows and cells. Then you can click on select that, and then right click on a column at the top there, and we're going to change the row width. And in our instructions that you have in there, we're going to change this the row width to a 1, and it'll set that across the whole group of cells. Okay, now, oops, that's column width. Sorry, let me go back here. Let me undo this so I'll make sure we understand. So we are going to click in the far corner here, up at the top there. It selects the entire cell. Then you're going to right click on one of the columns, and you're going to change your column width, which is how wide the column is. Click on that, and we're going to change that to a 1. You'll see that in your instructions. Bring that down to a 1, which makes it really small, so it's more like a pixel. And then the other thing we're going to do is we're going to click on the row, right click on the row, and we're going to change the row height to a 10. Row height to a 10. Okay, so that creates a equal, even pixel in there. So each one of these little squares is going to be just like a pixel for us. So just some things you want to know, keep track here. So you got your rows across the side here, numbered, and then you have your columns across the top. We are in the Home tab. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to get in our instructions. So I'm going to flip back to our teams, go back to our assignment, go back into our pixel, our assignment here. And if you scroll down to the bottom of the assignment, you'll see this lovely little picture here. This picture here is what we're going to take. So I want you to right click and we're going to copy that image. Then you just go over to your Excel spreadsheet where you're working. And we're just going to paste that image over here off to one side. So we're just going to paste it. Let's see what happened here. Okay. Control V. I had to use Control V to do that. So now I have my picture here of what we're going to be creating. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take this image here and we'll look at it here across the top. You'll see Mario has 1, 2, stop there. We're going to find a spot we're going to start, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to go over here to a cell. We're going to go 1 and So we'll click, get our black cross, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me make this a little bit bigger so we can see it down here. Let me move my picture out of the way. Whoops. Let me view our view. Let's go, let's zoom out so we can see a little bit more. Okay, so view. Hang on here, guys. Let me go back to where we're at. So we're going to grab, I want to be able to see this better. I hope you can see it, but you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 5 cells there. In our home tab, we're going to color those. We're going to go to the color fill. We're going to select the red for the top of his hat there. And I am still trying to find, hang on a minute, guys. So that we can, so that's that first row. We'll look at the second row here. And in that picture, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It starts 1 over from there. So we'll start there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we'll fill that in there. And we can go ahead and do the same rows, do all the red at one time if we want to. A little quick shortcut on this to add your color in there is the F4 key. So we'll go back over here and we got over here, we'll start right under there and go 1, 2, 3, and then click the F4 on your keyboard if you have it. Otherwise, so let me just click fill. So that's all in there. There's a shortcut to use. Yeah, here we go. Here's the shortcut. Let me show you. So we went 1, 2, 3, 4. Come down here. We'll do this one, and then the F4 key. Let's click, fill that in, and then here we have just 1. Fill that in. So you can do all your red at one time as well. So you can do all the red around it and then come back and get that. So then right here, we have this here. We can click here. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. You'll see it, and we're going to select the green. So go on up here and find a green that works. You may need to go to the just find a green that works. Something there. What have we got? Green, accent green. So there, 3, and you go over 2, and that one. We'll go in there and we'll select the black. Okay, so you can continue doing that throughout the picture until you have drawn the whole picture. So here we've got up here, we got 3 of these that are kind of peachy color. So usually I pick a color, pick one that looks the best with it like that. That's a gray beige accent. So I'm going to go with this kind of orangey peachy color there. And then the 2 underneath it will be the same. Those. And that peachy code, actually, there was 3 here. So let's go ahead and grab. Let's see. Did we get something messed up? No, yeah, 1 more there, the peachy color. So that's what you're going to do. Continue to work through this until you draw this entire picture. Okay? Now, we're going down here and name this here. So on your sheet down here, this is your sheet. So you got 1 worksheet. So this is a workbook, what we're working in. This first page is a worksheet. So if you double click on that worksheet, it'll let you rename it. And we're going to rename that to Mario. And then click OK. And then we're going to click on this plus sign. And in that plus sign is where you are going to create your own worksheet. So this one here, we'll double click on it. That's sheet name, and we're going to call that student choice. Okay. So now you got two work. This is a workbook. This whole entire document here that we're working in is a workbook. You have a Mario worksheet and you have a student choice worksheet. So you're going to continue working and drawing in all of Mario. So these are a color in here too. So we're going to go in here, say we select those, go up to the Mario, and it's kind of that a peachy skin color. So this is his face. So let's find something that kind of looks as blue, standard colors. Let's see if we got anything else. No, let's see here. Let's go back into our color charts here. Fill colors. So we're kind of limited on colors here, it looks like. So we just take whatever, find something that looks the best for his face. Maybe this lighter orange. So you guys work with whatever works best for you. You notice over here on this one, you got one that is there. So let's see if this F4 works for us. No. So you're just going to go in and just continue selecting the colors that we just did and filling those in. That. Now here's you got your green. So here we go. We got two. Okay. Click, go down two, and go back and find our green in here that we used earlier, this dark green. And then here, if you look at it, we'll go two over that way, click. So you're just going to continue doing this until you draw the Mario in there. Now, if you find you ran out of space, you can always just select the whole thing like this, and then you can move it around if you need to by selecting it, moving around. But you should be able to continue drawing your Mario in here. So using your cells here, you can expand this. This is a black. Over here's our black. Underneath there, we got 1, 2, 3. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 there. Like that. So you continue drawing Mario. On the student choice one, you're going to go to a website. So you're just going to go to your Chrome browser and you're going to Google Pixel, P-I-X-E-L, art. Okay? And go to images. It'll bring up all kinds of images. And you want to find one a little bit more difficult than this one, but it is of your choice. So find something in here that you want to do. Pick that image, copy it, and then put it into your spreadsheet. So say we wanted to take, I don't know, let's see what we got here. There's some pixels. Oh, what would be fun, guys? Anything you can think of? There's lots of different ones here we can find down here. You can use just whatever ones you want. So say we wanted to do, that's a little difficult, but let's see. So here's, man, it's kind of simple. Let's find something a little more difficult. Let's find something down here. Find something you like, another type of pixel chart you want to do, and then select it. You just you want to copy it. So say we're going to copy the image. Whoops, here we go. Say copy the image. You go back to your Excel, and then on your second page, you can paste your image in there. So to do the paste in this, you need to do Control V. So there's your image. You can make it bigger so you can read it better, and then start drawing that in your second page, whatever you want. Okay? So first one you're going to finish. Work on this as best you can. Work with it. You can change the size if you flip your view. We can increase the you can increase your size of your Q cells so that you can see them better. Let me see here what we got. There's a zoom option down here somewhere, I think. Let me move this. I'm going to move my spot down here. So you can make your screen a little bit bigger, mess with it on the views, see how it is. Pause, read, new. You better make it screen. But these are the squares you're going to use. Redraw the picture and let it go. And then when you get done with that, it'll save as your Excel pixel art. You'll find it to be on your drive, and then you'll be able to turn that in when you get done with it. So we go back here to the assignment. You'll see here you are going to create the Mario pixel as demonstrated in the video. Then the students create your own pixel art from another video picture that you want to choose. So this is where you're going to use the instructions. So you're going to Office 365 in Excel, rename the worksheet to Mario like we did. I walked you through. Students will add the worksheet at the bottom, add a new worksheet at the bottom and rename it to student choice, which we did. I showed you that here. So we got your Mario and your student choice. Then on both worksheets, student will modify the rows and columns to the following measurements. So the row height will be 10, just like I showed you how we did. And then the column height will be 1. You need to go back to the video to refer to that, you can. And then on the Mario worksheet, you will use the paint bucket and the keyboard shortcut F4 in order to color the pixels. And I'm not sure that the F4 is working in this. So let's see, if we use the paint bucket, so we go back to the home and use the paint bucket. So if we're working with this here, okay, so F4. Okay, we're gonna undo. Okay, so then you could take this and use the paint bucket, and then when we're ready to do the next red over here, so you can just go 1, 2, and it paints it in for you, and then click the paint to use your paint bucket and paint it in there as well. So let me escape out of that. So that back up there. Okay, I'm gonna hit delete. See, it's not always that easy. I screw up just like you do. So that one needs to be moved. We're gonna clear, delete. No. Fill in the red with that one, like that there. So you got the two in there. And actually this is one we don't need. So we're gonna switch it back to a white. So you can just play with it so you get it all in there the way you want. You can use the paint bucket. When you click on the paint bucket, you click on the paintbrush, you select your color. Okay, let's try this again. So you select your color, select the area you want, then you click on the paint bucket, and then you can go down here and you can go 1, 2, and it'll paint it. Okay, then you can click on the paint bucket again. You can go down here, this one here, and click underneath that, and then go 1, 2 that way. Just use your paint bucket for the same colors. That way you can do all the same colors at one time. And that. So this inside of his face here, I would use just a color, just whatever you want. Want to use something that's going to be easy to see, peachy, kind of green, peachy colored, something like that. You can even use this orange if you wanted. And then if you click on the paint bucket, and you can just move the colors around just like that. So click on that, you get your color. And so this is all, so you can paint that whole row there. The paint bucket, we can paint this whole row. And that. So you're just going to fill in this picture and make Mario in this picture on this side. When you get done with that, you'll be good. Okay. Any questions you have, please message me in our Canvas so that we can work together. And that should take care of us today.